What's important to you out of this hearing?
Well, look, this is a tough hearing, but this is a hearing that needs to happen because these members of Congress, these senators today and the House members tomorrow represent the people. And the people want to know when they board a plane, is it the safest plane that is being manufactured by Boeing? And that's the ultimate question. Can he answer the question, are you manufacturing the safest planes that are in the air? These people represent the flying public, and this is the flying public's first opportunity to go face to face with the number one guy at Boeing.
Did the relationship between the manufacturer and regulators, has it gone askew? Does there need to be some rebalance? And who bears responsibility for innovations and fixes?
You know, while we were at DOT for 4.5 years, we felt that the people at FAA were highly professional. They're career people. They're not political people. There's maybe a handful of political people at the FAA. I really never felt that there was any kind of a, opportunity for people to have any kind of, relationships that were not totally professional. The FAA has had a good reputation, and they're a part of the evaluation of the fix for the MAX, and I've always had a very high regard for the professional people at FAA.
Much has been made, Secretary, about what the FAA's role was here and whether Boeing had too much clout when it came to approving these systems and making them eligible for flying. Do you think there needs to be a restructuring of the balance of power between the FAA and companies like Boeing in which it regulates?
I do think that part of the hearing today will get into that matter. And perhaps there does need to be rethinking on the kind of relationship the FAA has with Boeing, excuse me, and the kind of responsibility that the FAA has for certifying these planes. I think it's a good point, and I think you're going to hear that from the senators and the House members tomorrow as they get into the kind of methods that are used for certification of these planes. And I think it's a good issue to look at. I really do.
And you've previously served in the House of Representatives for the 18th District of Illinois. How well versed can we expect the congressmen, the lawmakers, to be over the next few days in kind of the more intricate, complicated issues related to software processes as it relates to the safety of these aircraft?
Well, I do think that when you look at the members of the committee, particularly the Transportation Committee in the House, you have some people, the ranking member of the committee is a pilot. Peter DeFazio is from Oregon, and he's right next to the state where Boeing is located. So I think over the long period of time, and Peter's been in Congress, the chairman's been in Congress for 30 years, he's studied these issues. Do they know in depth all of the technical aspects of it? Of course not. But they know enough to ask the right questions, and they know enough about the process of certification to do what you've been suggesting, and that's to look at this process and see if it needs to be changed.
Secretary, what do you think is the right tone that Muilenburg should strike today? Is it this kind of conciliatory tone that we've seen from his prepared remarks? Does he need to be, this voice of confidence to get these planes back up in the air and reassure members of the public that they're safe to fly? I mean, what would you like to see from him in terms of his tone today?
I think his tone of humility is a good tone. I also think his tone of these planes are not going to go back in the air until the idea that they're 100% safe. I think he has to guarantee that to the members of the Senate and the members of the House tomorrow. I really do. I think the flying public wants assurance when they get on a plane it's 100% safe. So I think his humility is very good. I think his recognition that some things perhaps were not done correctly is very good. I think he's setting the right tone based on what I've read. Now, obviously, I'll have a chance to actually watch him, but I think the words that he's using are words that will hopefully give assurance to the members of Congress that these planes are not going to be in the air until they're 100% safe.